When you cross wires in an AutoCAD electrical drawing, you end up with a wire gap pointer, or what is known as a wire gap loop. Now, these are set both in your project settings and also your drawing settings. So you need to go to your project properties dialog box or your drawing properties dialog box. Now, I'm currently in the project demo 10 and we've still got drawing demo 02 open. Now, where we place that right angled bend there, we've now got a component in there. You can see it's a delay switch. We're going to place a wire from a connection here on the switch and cross this wire here. But before we do that, let's go and check our wire gap pointer settings. Right click on the drawing, go to properties and drawing properties. That'll bring up the dialog box. Now there's a whole load of settings that you can set for individual drawing properties, or if you set your project properties, you can make sure that your drawings adopt those overall project properties. We can see that we've got drawing settings tab, a components tab, a wire numbering tab, cross-references tab, a styles tab, and also a drawing format tab. If I go back to styles, here's where our wiring style kicks in. So where we've got a wire cross, it puts a loop in at the moment. And I've got gaps, loops, or solids. I prefer loops. You can place a gap, which I think sometimes can be a little bit confusing. You can place a loop, which is my preferred method, or you can place a solid like that. Solid, I think, can also be very confusing if you print out a drawing in black and white, because those two wires are going to be two black lines on a white background. The loop always defines it nice and neatly, as far as I'm concerned. Now, also in your styles, you can see if you've got a T-junction, I use a dot, but you can also have an angle, or you can have angle 2. I prefer a dot in there. So make sure that your wiring styles, especially for your gap pointers, are set up appropriately. I've set mine to loop, and wherever there's a T-junction, I've set it to a dot, so I'll click on OK now. So that's all set, so that'll update that drawing settings now. Now let's go and have a look at our little switch and things here and our wire here. Let's zoom in, get in nice and close. So I'm going to go to the schematic tab on the ribbon. I'm going to go to the Insert Wires Wire Numbers panel now, and click here on the flyout and select a wire, and come into the drawing area. You'll notice on the command line there, if I type X and press enter, it will show me the connections off of any component. So if I type X and then enter, there's the connections. I just go and hover on that connection like so, click, and I drag my wire off and go across the existing wire and click there. As soon as I do that, can you see now it's prompting me to take the next bit of the wire, which I don't need. So I just press escape. There's my gap pointer, my loop. And what it does is it puts that in automatically. So I've got a line segment there representing a wire. I've got a loop there, which also represents the wire. And then I've got the other line segment representing the other side of that wire as it crosses this wire here. So that is how you insert your wire gap pointers in your AutoCAD electrical drawings.